Stories from Texomans impacted by Friday's severe weather and scenes of the damage left behind. We'll take you to the ground where tornadoes ripped apart homes and businesses. Plus, a state of emergency declared in southern Oklahoma, what the governor has to say after touring the damage. And Steve has a look at the tracks those storms took through the area. A look at the cells that brought a path of destruction to Texoma. News 12 at 6 starts right now.
Live from 12 Studios, this is News 12 at 6.
Good evening and welcome to News 12 at 6. I'm Brenda Teal. 3 tornadoes were confirmed by the National Weather Service from the storm that moved through Texoma. 2 of the strongest twisters were in Lamar and McCurtain counties. The EF3 tornadoes had wind speeds of up to 160 miles per hour. Andrea Aguilar spoke with the owner of a Lamar County home that was destroyed by the storm.
Residents in Lamar County are cleaning up after the tornado that hit Friday night. I spoke to the owner of the house that is behind me, and he says he and 8 others were inside when the tornado destroyed their home.
A tornado warning and on our phones, but the message we were getting was mixed signals. It was some said in Honey Grove, and so we didn't pay it much attention.
Wayman Creamer was sitting in the living room with his family when he received a call just in time from his son saying the tornado was heading their way and to take cover.
We moved everyone to a closet that we had determined was the safest place.
It was inside this small closet where all 8 family members crowded together just seconds before the tornado hit.
Before we all got in the closet good, you could see it start pounding on the house, and we got in there in about 3 minutes it was over.
Their home of 12 years gone in just minutes.
Living room where we had been 1 minute before, all of us had been sitting, including all the kids, had collapsed. So we were feeling blessed.
Since Friday's storm, emergency crews and residents are helping each other as they transition to recovery.
The fire department was here cutting trees out of the driveway, and then they came over with skid steer loaders and piled a bunch of the brush up. But it's just been amazing. In
Lamar County, Andrea Aguilar, News 12.
And that same tornado that hit Lamar County pushed into Oklahoma, hitting Choctaw County, leaving 1 woman in critical condition. News 12's Hannah Gonzalez spoke with her family and shows us the damage there.
In Choctaw County near Sawyer, Oklahoma, an EF2 tornado that developed in Lamar County, Texas, crossed over the Red River into Oklahoma, hitting parts of Choctaw County just before 5 Friday afternoon.
I kept trying to get to her, and I couldn't. Debris was hitting.
The National Weather Service reports only 1 woman was injured. I spoke to her son-in-law, Nick Wallace, who recalls running to the family storm cellar when the tornado was seconds away.
I shut the door on us, and I did a look back, and I realized my mother-in-law, she wasn't with us.
Amber Lowe Danbies was trapped under a fallen tree as the tornado produced winds up to 120 miles per hour.
As far as sights and sounds, the only thing I remember hearing is just wind blowing really hard, and then me screaming at the top of my lungs, letting Amber know, hey, I'm coming. I can't get to you right now.
Wallace says Amber's hip to her knee was shattered. She has several broken ribs, and several places in her back are broken.
Last I heard, it could be anywhere between 3 to 6 months as far as recovery.
The National Weather Service says the tornado left a path of destruction about a mile wide at times. The community it decimated now left to pick up.
Total chaos because you don't even know where to start.
Dismantling parts of homes, uprooting trees, and carrying cherished personal belongings miles away.
We've had neighbors down the road bring back pictures that they knew belonged to us.
In Choctaw County, Hannah Gonzalez, News 12.
Wow, just shocking to see some of that video and the damage. Some Calera residents and business owners also cleaning up tornado damage. Reports from the National Weather Service show the EF1 tornado pushed through Bryan County around 1:30 Friday afternoon. It lasted about 4 minutes with wind gusts of up to 100 miles per hour. And here's damage off of U.S. Highway 6975. A trailer home was flattened, damage to roofs and billboards. A semi-truck was overturned. Fortunately, there are no reports of any injuries in Bryan County. Just incredible. And another tornado coming down in McCurtain County. Numerous businesses, homes, and places of worship were either damaged or destroyed by the weather. The storm toppling trees and tearing off the roof of one woman's home just after she left.
I was here with my two nieces and nephews like 10 minutes prior to the tornado hitting, but they were getting scared, so I just went to my mom's house in Broken Bow. And we were in the bathtub hiding, and literally the tree fell 2 minutes later right in the bathtub.
Oh my goodness. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt spent most of the morning touring the damaged area and gave support to the volunteers working on cleanup before declaring a state of emergency.
I'll be declaring a declaration of emergency here for these 4 counties. We're just praying, and we're just glad it wasn't worse, but we can rebuild some of these homes.
The governor also says only one person was killed by the tornado. Emergency crews are still assessing the total amount of damage left behind by that storm. And because of the damage from the tornado in Idabel, one of the city's polling locations for tomorrow's election has had to be changed. The Oklahoma State Election Board says people who would have voted at the Trinity Baptist Church, which was nearly leveled by the storms, will now vote a few blocks away at the Calvary Missionary Baptist Church at 200 Calvary Lane. Okay, so turning to weather now. Oh my goodness, Steve, you were quite busy on Friday, both you and Brian, tracking those storms as they move through, and now we've got rain happening currently. What's going on out there?
We certainly do, but this is the backside of that same front that roared through Friday with the severe weather. Now we're getting the gentler side. I see no chance of severe weather, but there could be a few lightning strikes, and in fact, we've heard a couple of rumbles of thunder here at the station as this big batch of moderate rain coming down pretty hard at times on Doppler 12. You can see it there moving from south to north across the area. Now the most significant patches of rain are in Grayson County. Also some pretty heavy rain now coming in toward Honey Grove and Fannin County and moving on up into parts of Love County. Again, nothing severe with this, but on again, off again showers are possible much of the night as we have this little warm front coming up from the south. Temperature-wise, it's going to be a warm and humid one, running about 70 degrees, and it really won't change much overnight with all the clouds and the very high moisture content in the atmosphere. Makes it tough to cool off, so it just won't be doing that. Overnight rain chance in the 30 to 40% range, but I think we're getting some sun and pretty warm for November again tomorrow. Decent voting weather, so hey, no excuse there. I'm talking about the next front when I come back.
All right, thank you, Steve. On the crime beat now, a 15-year-old was flown to a Dallas area hospital after getting shot through a window in Paris last night. Police say the teen was inside a home on Fitzhugh Avenue near East Hickory Street around 8 o'clock last night when he was hit in the chest by that gunfire. Police say they are investigating, and so far there's no word on any suspects or how the young man is doing. Authorities are investigating after a double shooting in Seminole County. It left one person dead. The Seminole County Sheriff's Office says that they were called out last night to a rural area between Sasasqua and Wewoka. And that's where they found 2 men who had been shot. They say 33-year-old Rusty Bolin died at the scene, and 56-year-old Robert Waters was taken to the hospital. The Sheriff's Office says that another man at the scene, 46-year-old Daniel Cisco, admitted that he shot the men after they both pointed firearms at him. The OSBI has been called to investigate, and the Seminole County District Attorney Office will determine if any charges will be filed in that shooting. And a Calera man has been convicted of aggravated sexual abuse involving 2 children under the age of 12. 54-year-old Lance Maytabi was found guilty on 3 counts of aggravated sexual abuse and 1 count of abusive sexual contact by a jury after a 4-day trial. And a crash yesterday afternoon near Van Alstyne sent 6 people to the hospital, including 3 children. This is where it happened. Texas troopers say Cody Parks of Van Alstyne was headed east on 121 near Bethel Cannon Road when he crossed left of center and hit a pickup hauling a horse trailer driven by Corey Crawford of Van Alstyne. Crawford and 2 passengers in his truck, including a teenager, were taken to TMC. Parks was flown to Plano, and an 8-year-old and 1-year-old in his pickup were taken to a McKinney hospital. No word yet on what their injuries were or their conditions tonight. Coming up next, a touchdown. Both teams are celebrating under the Friday night lights, how they celebrated a player for the last game of the season. And a live view from our Holiday Inn Ardmore Tower Cam. It's different to see the evening sky since we've changed time, but lots going on for Election Day, and we've got more coming up next. Stay with us.
At Batteries Plus, we do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. Need a phone fixed? We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Game begin.
For a limited time, get an extra boost with 8 weeks of free patches, gum, or lozenges. Defeat tobacco cravings with the Oklahoma Tobacco Helpline.
Dennard's in Whitesboro is a family-owned and operated business that has provided its customers with top-quality goods for over 100 years. Come browse their Western wear, including their extensive variety of boots. Visit the in-store Carol Jane's Boutique for a selection of the finest clothes and accessories. Heading outdoors, Dennard's carries Sitka hunting gear, the #1 brand in the industry, and put that gear to good use with a hunting tower. We also have a large selection of Yeti coolers and products, as well as a plethora of top-quality grills. Come see all this and so much more at Dennard's in Whitesboro.
So many dealers are just there for the sale and that's it. But we wanted our customers to know that we have your back during the sale, after the sale, and when it's time to buy your next car. We have your back if things go wrong with your vehicle, and we have your back miles down the road. When it came to our tagline, we could have said anything, but we went with Backed by Morse, because we want you to know that you are not alone with whatever happens down the road. And that's why we say you're always backed by Morse.
As a social worker, you can become an advocate for those who can't. Earn your master's in social work degree online to learn strategies to connect diverse populations with the critical resources they need to improve their well-being, whether it's in a hospital, community service agency, or another setting. What do you think making a difference as a social worker looks like? GCU offers over 250 high-quality online programs like this one. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
I feel it coming. Oh, we could do a summer party. It's the weather.
Can we do the show outside or on the roof?
Nice.
Fireworks.
Live with Kelly and Ryan, 9 a.m. weekdays on CBS 12. We aren't just a television station any longer. We are 12 Media.
In an election season and at a time when it feels like kindness is rare, we get to share stories like this one. SNS High School ended its football season last week with a touchdown that both teams playing were able to celebrate. And News 12's Lauren Rangel has a story about a young man who left it all on the field.
He fumbled, but he picked it back up and ended up scoring.
In the last 20 seconds of the SNS football season, quarterback Brett Stewart decided to change the ending.
I wasn't ready for the game to be over yet, and I've always wanted to call a timeout, so I called a timeout.
We were all confused because we thought the game was over.
We were going to give our center the ball, but it was just too complicated to figure out, and then we were like, who else deserves the ball?
The person who came to mind, Cameron High.
You're having a bad day, you come into the locker room, Cameron's there. He'll cheer you up, talk about the Cowboys or Call of Duty.
High's grandparents say he is on the autism spectrum.
It was the last play of their 2022 year, and those seniors, maybe their last play ever. And so we wanted to make it something kind of memorable.
And memorable just scratches the surface.
I felt excited. Just trying to get to the end zone.
Touchdown by number 45, Cameron High.
You can't help but be, proud of them. The seniors have been around them a lot. The seniors have really taken them under their wing and watched over them.
Even as he prepared for this interview, his teammates gave him a hand, this time helping him clip on a small microphone.
You gotta take care of.
Yeah, I know.
He's always at practice. He's always trying his best, making everybody smile and just making everybody's day better.
And that feeling is mutual, on and off the field.
They mean family to me, because they're always there for me.
In Sadler, Lauren Langell, News 12.
I'm cheering too. Well, a big week for the Dallas Cowboys, back off the bye week and headed to Lambeau Field to face the Packers.
And it's a sad night for astronomers. There's a total lunar eclipse tonight, but it's a bust in Texoma. The clouds are saying forget about it. Sorry about that, folks. They're spoiling that party, but we've got some sunshine in the forecast when I come back.
Storm damage and don't know where to start? Call Texoma Roofing and Construction. We'll handle your entire claim from roofs and gutters to fences and windows. Texoma Roofing and Construction. The name you know, the name you trust.
Game begin.
For a limited time, get an extra boost with 8 weeks of free patches, gum, or lozenges. Defeat tobacco cravings with the Oklahoma Tobacco Helpline.
Ryan Walters would cut funding for our schools.
Ryan Walters says he wants to reject any federal dollars that go to public education in the state.
He won't take any federal dollars for education.
If Oklahoma eliminates federal funding in schools, the first thing we'll see is the collapse of rural schools.
Gina Nelson is a mom and Oklahoma Teacher of the Year. Gina Nelson will fully fund public education, protect rural schools, and partner with parents to make sure every child succeeds.
I'm Gina Nelson. I approve this message.
It's beginning to look a lot like you need to redo that guest room ASAP. But hey, there's still time. And the Floor Trader has some amazing closeout deals for that perfect guest room and bathroom remodel. Or if your project is bigger and you need something durable for the entire house, then check out our huge selection of Revwood Plus from Mohawk. It has exceptional water and scratch protection with the look of real wood. And you can start right away and pay over time with no interest for 18 months. Get holiday ready right now at the Floor Trader. Buy like a pro.
We live in an age of information where the world moves faster than ever. News can happen anywhere, anytime. And although it can be hard to cut through the noise, you can trust the News 12 team to get the facts straight. And you have the power to help. By calling the News 12 hotline or giving us a news tip online, you can make a difference by keeping your community informed. Some of our best stories come from tips provided by viewers like you. If you have a story to tell, News 12 wants to hear from you. Call the News 12 hotline or leave an anonymous tip at KXII.com.
NFL Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw. So you've been with your wife for 22 years, right?
Met her at the X-ray machine. I went to a doctor. Did you find out if she'd go out with me?
That's like what you do in like grade school. I love you.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, Tuesday at 4 p.m. This weather segment sponsored by Langford Roofing. Langford Roofing since 1937. You're watching News 12 at 6 with Brenda Teal. Sports with David Reed. Here's Chief Meteorologist Steve Lenore. Texoma's most watched news.
Okay, I wanted to spend a moment to talk about, of course, the action we had on Friday. We had 3 significant tornadoes in our region. The Ida Bell tornado tracked on the ground 58 miles from just west of Clarksville, Texas, on across the Red River through Ida Bell. You saw some of the damage that Brenda showed you earlier, and just about to the Arkansas border. That was the longest track of any of the tornadoes, but the Lamar County, Choctaw County tornado wasn't far behind, a damage path of about 38 miles, rated an EF3 with max winds to 160. Now, the strongest winds were in this region here, southwest of Powderly. As it crossed over into Choctaw County, it was mostly EF1 damage there, but still quite a rough one. And the smallest tornado in length, right over Calera, EF1, winds about 100 miles per hour. Damage path was 3 miles long, just 40 yards wide. But here's the deal on that one. There was a larger circulation of destructive winds around that with the thunderstorm. So the actual damage path was a lot more than 40 yards wide. And you know that if you're living in this area. So those are the 3 tornadoes that impacted us on Friday. I see no chance of repeat of any kind of severe weather in this 7-day forecast. Although tonight, we've got some rain out there. Doppler 12 is showing a large area of moderate rain here coming into the south side of Sherman. Rainfall rates here are about 1/4 of an inch per hour. We've gotten about 1/3 of an inch here at the station in the last hour, and you can see the motion of this activity is coming up from the south. There's a warm front south of us sort of perpetuating this, but again, outside of a few lightning strikes, which of course, folks, those are always dangerous, but here at night, most of us are going to be in for the evening. Outside of that happening, we should be in pretty good shape to just get a little more rain overnight into the morning hours, of course. you got to be out, watch out for hydroplaning on the roads. Things are pretty soggy out there, okay? And there's a lot of water on the roadways. Temperature-wise, we're hovering around 70. Give or take a couple at your place, and these numbers really won't change much overnight thanks to the overcast skies and the very moist atmosphere. Just makes it tough to cool off. Here's our Holiday in Ardmore Terracam time lapse. You can see all the low clouds kind of zipping through. Expect some fog to be redeveloping overnight with that. Got light winds, very moist atmosphere, favorable for the fog to form, and it could get pretty thick at times. So again, hey, if you get in that, please kind of slow down, use your low beams, and watch out for other folks that may not be doing the same thing. If you got fog lights in your vehicle, hey, turn those on, okay? Those come in nice too. But humidity already 100% in Ardmore, 100% humidity in Paris and Gainesville, so I do suspect there'll be some fog out there. Here you can see this little cluster of showers and storms forming with the warm front. But the big weather story is another shot of low pressure and another cold front coming in late week. Overnight tonight and tomorrow, we'll have a lot of clouds, a few showers. Then the sun starts to come out tomorrow afternoon, and especially on Wednesday, a windy and very warm day, near 80 on Wednesday. But things are fixing to change for the weekend as we get a strong front coming in with a fair chance of rain, mostly Thursday night, 40% on that. All the models show a gusty north wind and much cooler weather coming in for Veterans Day and this weekend. For tonight, though, I've got the rain chance pretty low as far as measurable rain at 30%. Exceptions, of course, Grayson, Fan, and Cook County right now. You're doing about an 80% chance of rain. Will be foggy, low of 67 degrees. Again, windy and very warm midweek, and most of your election day should be dry. So, hey, get out and vote if you haven't done so already. But look what happens for the weekend. Highs only in the 50s, and Brenda, lows in the 30s. Could be some frost both Saturday and Sunday morning, 80 on Wednesday. What are you going to do?
I don't know. Just pack an umbrella is all you can do, right, David? And I know we got to keep an eye on Thursday because we've got a lot of games on Thursday this week.
Yeah, we sure do. We've got games on Thursday and Friday night, playoffs getting ready to start, so there's going to be a lot going on. The high school football playoffs do begin this week with the Bells Panthers getting ready for their opening round game with Blooming Grove, and the Cowboys get ready for who? The Green Bay Packers. You know that's going to be good. Sports is next.
CBS Friday is a night of big action.
Without further ado, I'm finding something to live for.
I like reading. Show me your hands.
It is going to be a lot of fun.
People are in danger, man.
He loves you.
It's all new tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Hi, Dr. McEnany here. Well, the masks are off. How's your smile? Tired of constant tooth repair, painful broken teeth, embarrassed to smile, don't really have a social life? Stop the insanity. Get Carefree Teeth tooth replacement with dental implants. You can get 1, 2, or a full set of teeth. Stop wasting your money on dentistry that breaks or doesn't work. Carefree Dental Implant Teeth, the permanent solution. Call today, we can help.
I ran for governor because Oklahoma needed a turnaround. We cut taxes, raised teacher pay, and kept our schools and economy open. But the special interests want total control, spending $25 million to spread lies about us. Folks, the stakes are high because Joe Biden has put a bullseye on our oil and gas workers, and he's out to wreck our economy. Joy Hoffmeister would only make it worse. This is our chance to stand up to Joe Biden and the special interests.
Ever wish more restaurants delivered? Now they do. Introducing Texoma Delivery. Texoma delivers from more than 300 of your favorite local restaurants right to your front door. How does it work? Simple. Just visit TexomaDelivery.com or download the Texoma Delivery app from iTunes or the Google Play Store. Place your order and relax. TexomaDelivery.com. Local restaurants delivered hot to your door.
Enter code word HUNGRY and receive $5 off your delivery.
Conservative fighter Mark Wayne Mullen, a husband, father, and Christian. Mullen is a job-creating businessman who will undo the mess Joe Biden has made of our economy. Mark Wayne Mullen for United States Senate.
Now more than ever, we need a tough-on-crime attorney general like Gentner Drummond, prosecuting criminals, standing with law enforcement, upholding the rule of law. Gentner Drummond for attorney general. Defend Us PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
NFL Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw.
Tuesday at 4 p.m. Now, your award-winning local sports coverage. Here's David Reed.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys had the bye week to rest up, get healthy, and prepare for what's next. And what's next is Aaron Rodgers and the rival Green Bay Packers. What a game it should be on Sunday. The Packers have not been great this year, but all Cowboy fans pay attention when they are facing number 12 and his Green Bay Packers. They are always capable. The Cowboys head into Lambeau Field for this one, and for Dallas coach Mike McCarthy, it's a homecoming of sorts, returning to the place he coached and won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
You have to get ready to go win, and that's really where my mind is as far as the game. I mean, obviously, I have great memories about Green Bay, and obviously spent a lot of time there. But I'm 4 years removed from working there, and I'm really looking forward to taking our team up there.
It's playoff time in Texoma, and for the Bells Panthers, that means a first-round meeting with Blooming Grove down in Mesquite. The Panthers have been playing great, finished second in their loaded district behind Gunner, and they have played a tough schedule. Whether it's district or non-district, they are prepared for what's coming their way on Thursday night.
When we scheduled that non-district, we did it for a reason, and that paired with the district we play in, we knew we were going to be prepared come this time to play. Nobody's looking at us going, man, they're not battle tested. They haven't played anyone. With our schedule, they know we play some tough opponents, so I think we're ready in that aspect for sure.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Kevin Stitt and his administration are a danger to rural public schools. I taught for 27 years, and I've never seen a bigger threat. Taking money from our schools and giving it to big city private schools and D.C. politicians instead, robbing our kids of the future they deserve. Let's protect our rural schools, our ag programs, our sports that keep our communities strong. Let's replace Kevin Stitt before he turns out the lights for good.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash. Chevy Silverado, the #1 selling truck in Texoma.
I voted for Kevin Stitt, but I didn't vote to allow foreign investors to buy up our farmland.
I'm a Republican, but I didn't vote for higher utility rates.
I voted for Kevin Stitt, but I didn't vote for taking money away from public schools or his plan that could shut rural schools down.
I'm a Republican, but I didn't vote for our economy to be ranked near the bottom.
I'm a Republican, but I didn't vote for all these damn scandals and for our government to be corrupt.
I'm a Republican, but this year I'll be voting for Joy Hoffmeister.
Gina Nelson, Joe Biden tried to keep our schools closed. Nelson will force Biden's agenda into our schools. The Nelson-Biden agenda, just too liberal for Oklahoma schools. Ryan Walters is a public school teacher. During COVID, Ryan kept our schools open safely. Ryan led the fight for teacher pay raises and record funding for our public schools. Vote Ryan Walters for state superintendent. Oklahoma Federation for Children Action Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A healthier living installation minimizes dust, mold, and allergens, giving you a healthier life. Only at Gold Star Carpet One in Denison.
November 12th at Ardmore Regional Park. It's the 26th annual Chigger Chase, the holiday fun run through the Ardmore Festival of Lights. Come, walk or run the festively lit course to kick off the holiday season with you and your family. Featuring 5K and 1 mile races and 1/4 to half-mile children's runs, with proceeds benefiting Ardmore Regional Park. For registration and more information, visit chiggerchase.net.
All right, welcome back to News 12 at 6. Here's the deal. Doppler 12 is showing a large area of rain, and some of the rain is coming down pretty good in the yellow to orange. So we'd say probably about a 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch per hour. Enough to make the roads messy. Hey, if you're out there, please, both hands on the wheel and go a little slower. Hydroplaning with all that construction too. I'm telling you, that's your mission, to be safe, okay? And you can see the activity is pushing from south and north across the region, primarily affecting Grayson, Fannin, Lamar, and Cook counties at this time, but it's spreading into southern Oklahoma. Going to be kind of a drippy night, to say the least. And your 7-day forecast shows that we'll break that up tomorrow with a pretty good voting weather, maybe a few showers or some fog in the morning. Afternoon tomorrow looks pretty good. Look at this stuff, 80 on Wednesday, but highs only in the 50s, breezy and cooler. Brenda, for the weekend.
I am ready. It's only Monday, but we're ready for the weekend already, aren't we? Thank you so much for joining us. More news tonight right here on News 12 at 10. We'll see you then.